We kind of look like the Hanson brothers.
I had a crush on the Hanson.
Which one? The little one?
I didn't know.
No, the middle one.
I thought they were girls back when I was like...
You thought they were girls?
Yeah, in middle school.
The question is, did you continue the crush after you knew that they were no longer girls?
I was a little bit
until
embarrassed.
right
I was like,
that's okay. Hey, it's all a spectrum, you know what I mean?
It is.
Early education.
Long blonde hair, you know, those high-pitched voices, soft features.
2 out of 3 of them were looking pretty good.
Yeah. Which one you don't? Oh, the older one.
I don't know the names.
I just know the birth
you know
order.
What? The middle child always looks awkward, right?
No, the middle one was like the star, I think.
Okay, well then the older one was
he was
probably
the
a creeper.
heartthrob. He was the one that.
No, Jonathan
Chad
Taylor
was
Thomas,
pining
but
after. Whatever happened to him?
I don't.
He wanted a private life, and he just went and did it. I think he went to college and
I think you're right.
had a normal life.
There was an article recently that I did not read.
Young Simba.
But it was like, what happened to Jonathan Taylor Thomas? What did he do? And it was a whole thing. It was like a recent article. So like people are asking the questions.
You don't know what happened
precisely because I didn't care enough to. What show was he in? Was it Home Improvement?
Home Improvement.
And then
Lion
a bunch
King.
of movies. Yeah.
The
Man of the House. That's the one you're thinking.
Not
maybe?
Parent Trap. Was it The Man of the House?
Yeah.
I
think Tim Allen might have been.
Yeah, it was the cover. There was he was wearing like a Native American.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. I could be calling it the wrong name, but we're thinking of the same movie.
I used to really like that movie. Something tells me it wouldn't hold up today.
I have a feeling not.
Much like some other movies that probably don't hold up today, as we've heard from multiple people.
Wait, I was wrong. It's not Man of the House.
Yeah, what's it called?
It appears to be a Tommy Lee Jones movie that I've never seen or heard of. Hold on.
Okay.
We're not recording or anything, are we?
We are recording.
Yeah. Oh.
And you know what? The beginning where we serenaded with some Hanson Burrows, it's definitely staying in.
Yes.
So
it is called Man of the House, by the way, guys. Yeah.
Well, then what's the Tommy Lee Jones one also
Another
called
one
Man of the
called
House?
Man of the House, yeah.
Well, that's illegal.
Weird.
No, it's not.
Well, we should start the intro. Chad, what are we? What are we doing?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to your weekly dose of uninformed analysis.
I'll tell you what.
That was like she stepped on your intro toes
I didn't know
if
he was going to say the name, so I was trying to...
She wanted to make sure that the brand was put out there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Redundant's better than dropping the ball.
Thank you, both of you.
Well, thank you to our audience members for joining us this week as we talk through the uninformed landscape of society.
I just had to adjust the levels because of Chad's sultriness.
Don't do that because you know I'm going to come in hot.
It's about to come in.
It's coming in hot now, ready for you.
No, you're peeking.
Elliot's going to be so frustrated when he edits this thing.
No, get out of here. I'm never frustrated when I'm working on this. This is the greatest joy of my life.
Really?
No. I do enjoy it.
It's fun.
I was just saying to Caitlin.
It's not great, but it's fun.
I was looking past through our Instagram account, which is Instagram.com/I'll tell you what podcast.
Yep. Thanks, Elliot.
They need the Instagram.com.
I've never known anyone to go on the web version.
I looked at it on my web version.
http://www.instagram.
Sorry, you missed the S. It's an
is it secured?
S is secured, yeah.
Yeah. But I was on the computer because my phone is, being used. And I was looking through our feed. And no matter what anybody says about us, we've made something. And scrolling back through our past infrequent posts. Sometimes.
Elliot, wow.
Sometimes.
What a barb.
Ooh, man.
What a jab.
We've made something.
Thrown my way.
And you know what? We're creating something. Whether or not it should be created or should be received by anybody, we're doing something, and I'm proud of us.
Well, somebody said to us the other week or week before that we were sort of contributing to the noise in the world around us, and I thought that was such a appropriate way to describe what it is that we do.
Static.
I would like to say though that we're part of the positive static. If you're going to contribute to the static, make it be positive and not negative.
Hey, there's much worse out there.
Oh, yeah, some of it, yeah.
All right, whatever. So we're here. Look, people don't always like what we're doing. That's for sure. We've received some, vitriol since our last episode.
Yeah.
Last week we ranked some of our favorite comedies of the past.
Yeah.
I was going to say the past 10 years, but no, it was from a very specific time period, 1995 to 2005. And
so wait, we actually did 11 years worth of movies.
Oh yes.
You know what? It's about the visual of the 2 5s.
It is.
Okay.
But I bring that up, gentlemen, to say that we received a piece of media. I'm trying to scroll through my text messages to find. in response to what we shared last week, and I just wanted to play it. This is from longtime listener.
Ooh.
Proud Wisconsinite.
Proud Wisconsinite.
Uh-oh.
Longer time friend.
Is this Amanda?
This is Amanda
Okay,
Pansiera.
well, she left a comment
And
on the Instagram.
Yeah, she left.
I'll tell you what podcast.
It's similar to the Instagram comment, but this is her hot take on our hot take. So hold on, let me see if I can play this.
Yeah, get that right up on the mic there.
Okay, Elliot, you just said the line, Liar Liar does not deserve to be in the Final Four or the Elite Eight, and yet you chose it over Mean Girls, which, if you're talking about 4-Year-Old Virgin and American Pie, like setting a standard for comedy, how are you not even clued in to Mean Girls' role in female comedy? Is it because you're a man? I don't know, maybe. But I don't see any Liar Liar t-shirts quoted all around the city. I certainly see a lot from Mean Girls. There was no 20th anniversary celebration of Liar Liar, but there certainly was for Mean Girls, and yet you just went ahead and chose Liar Liar, which, I'm going to say it, is a patriarchal decision, and I'm pissed.
Shots fired a little bit.
Hey, thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Do I have time to...
Please, open forum.
So, the thing that I want to make sure that people remember...
Remember for the first time, because they probably didn't hear it on the episode, he's making up a new
you know what? I wish I would have looked
defense.
up the exact seconds that this happened.
I know what he's
but
going to say.
But I want to just state that
I'm
I, Elliot, am the
static
one...
on the mic. We're cutting out. Gonna have to hang up now.
I am the one who actually brought Mean Girls to the list. My other two partners here didn't even have it on the list. Granted, it wasn't on my, I didn't bring it to the table, but it was one of my honorable mentions. So I do just want to state, if it weren't for yours truly, it wouldn't have even been mentioned in the entire episode.
Yes,
so
I was
do want that
incorrect
to
in
be
assuming
said.
that it came out later than 2005. So that was my
fair enough. So
my faux pas.
Okay. Well, the other thing is, when you're in the heat of the moment, the blinding lights of the podcast studio are shining on
the
you.
Celebrity of it all. Yeah.
Sometimes you make decisions that you look back on later and be like, I wonder if I would have stuck with that. And maybe, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said we were.
But here's the thing, Elliot, with great power comes great responsibility,
right.
Spider-Man. So
and
we got to remember that.
If I could revisit Liar Liar versus Mean Girls, I don't know if I would have made the same decision. However, that scene in Liar Liar with the airport drivable staircase, it's still, that single scene sticks in my head more than any single scene in Mean Girls.
When his head pops up into that window. Oh my God.
It's a classic scene.
Yeah.
And I think that scene specifically made that decision for me. What did Liar Liar lose against? Was it in the final two?
Yeah, it lost to Heavyweights.
Do we think that had that decision been made in the beginning, do we think Mean Girls would have gone the whole way? And do we think Heavyweights would have beat Mean Girls?
I don't know. I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
And also,
we can't relitigate it.
The uninformed portion of
done.
all of this is we didn't watch any of these movies in preparation.
True.
Is that a correct
right.
statement?
That's true. That's
Guys,
true.
remember when we did our Oscar episode and we only watched the trailers of some of the
Some
movies?
of them, sure.
That was one of our better moments, I thought.
I do want to just say, though, I regret nothing with my support for American Pie and 40-Year-Old Virgin.
And what about American Pie 2?
I did some research, and the gist is people don't prefer it over American Pie 1, which was surprising for me. I remembered it more fondly than I think the average.
But here's the thing: American Pie 2 did spawn yet another sequel, so it's important within the American Pie universe.
There's
I guess
9 American Pie movies.
Shut up! Are there really?
Yeah, it's like The Naked Mile, and then there's like American Pie
a next class
something
sort of thing.
Really? I didn't know that. Remember we talked a little bit last week offline about doing like an American Pie series watch-a-thon, like similar to how people do like really culturally relevant important things like Star Wars and things like that.
Yes.
Like I think that'd be kind of funny.
I would like to get into
that. But now that I know there's 9 of them.
I don't know.
No. I've only ever seen the core group. So
the canon, if you will.
Yeah. Was that 3?
2, American Wedding, and American Reunion. So the 4...
Oh, there's 4.
I think the 4 is the canon.
4 slices of pie. Okay.
Yeah. I don't care about the other ones. The ones that... I think the only connecting tissue is that Eugene Levy is in all of them.
Okay. So I'm going to put it out to the I'll Tell You What audience. If I'll Tell You What were to host an American Pie watch-a-thon movie festival. TBD what the platform looks
Is
like.
this the kind of
Would
thing
you
that you two
attend?
can do
Would
without
you
me
tune
again?
in?
No, I think only in rare situations will we have only the two of us.
Yeah.
And if like some people, and Amanda probably included, you don't want that, tell us if there is a series or a trilogy or
what do you want our hot takes on?
like I think I'd like to do maybe a side podcast, maybe a second podcast under the umbrella of I'll Tell You What Media.
We have a hard enough time getting this one out every week,
but we've done it.
We have done it.
We've done it. This is this. I think this will be episode 30.
Whoa.
Maybe. I mean, hey.
Uninformed about how many episodes we recorded up to this point.
Absolutely.
Yes, which will lead us soon into our topic, this like 30s thing, late millennial thing. But before we do that, we do have an announcement to make.
Oh, yes.
Boy.
It's a very important announcement. So
I can't even think about this.
We've been talking about it for a long time. It's just part
finally
of the,
happening.
ask.
You've been asking
ask,
for
believe, receive, y'all.
If you build it, they will come.
I'll tell you what's doing a live show.
God.
Yeah, we're doing a live show at the end of
partnership.
September in partnership with our dear friend.
Well, actually, I think it's
Charlie
the event's
Rose.
happening, and then we're
the sideshow.
We're the in partners.
We're the sideshow act. So our dear friend, former co-host, Mr. Charlie Rose,
You've heard from him before.
is hosting a fundraising
You'll
event.
hear from him again, I think.
A fundraiser at his restaurant, Bella Luna. And I'll tell you what, we'll be part of the entertainment package.
Yeah.
So we're doing a live show September
God.
28th.
28th.
Details
Mark your
to
calendars.
come.
Yeah, details to come.
Yeah.
It's an afternoon show. So the
It is.
event
Yeah.
is from
1 to
1 to
4.
4.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to be like 6 minutes within that.
No.
Oh, no. Come join
no,
for some
no.
shenanigans if you want to be part of the fun.
Yeah, we're doing a full episode.
More info to come on how to get your tickets to support the charities that we're working with and to support. But more info to come.
Yeah, and believe
Check
it
it
or
out.
not, whether you trust us, we see none of this cash. None of it's going to I'll tell you what.
No.
It's all for charity. It's all for the Angel Fund.
Yes.
Angel's List? What
Angel
is it?
Angel Fund.
Angel
I was
Fund.
thinking Angie's List.
Yeah.
And Angel
I've
Fund.
never used Angie's List. Angel Fund for ALS
For
research.
ALS,
Yeah.
right, which is
Yeah.
also known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yes,
So
you're
we're doing good work. We're doing...
Yeah. Don't ever
helping
tell
other
us
people.
I'll tell you what doesn't give back.
We're helping other people do good work.
Yes.
I
hopefully not messing it up.
kept saying that maybe we'll do a live show on our 1 year
year.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Kept pushing it down the kicking the what is it kicking
Kick
the
the
can
can
down the road
I
because
used to
I didn't
love
know
kick
if we'd
the
make
can.
it that far, and I was like, yeah, we'll do it then, and we'll see if we make it.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be doing it on episode like
We
what will be
made
36,
it. Something
So
like that, yeah.
I'm terrified. I just want everyone to know in advance.
It took some good persuasion
Elliot
for Elliot
kicked
to get
and
there.
screamed the entire way, but we
Yeah.
got him there.
Well, do you want to say why? I said no. I said we're not doing it,
Yes.
and then Charlie came to me and said, "Hey, can I have your logo because Carol needs it for the invitation?"
Yeah.
So he already confirmed.
He already booked us. Yeah.
So it didn't matter if I wanted
Yeah.
to do it or not.
We
But the
call-
fact is,
yeah.
I see somebody out of my peripheral vision right now, not paying any attention to us at all.
It's killing you.
She's at her desk working, and
Yeah.
the thought of her even thinking that she can maybe hear what we're saying live has me like off my game.
we put this on the internet, right?
Yeah, but who listens?
I know, but what's going to happen when you run for president in a couple of years?
I should take all this down.
Yeah,
I think.
to figure that out.
We live in a new age now. Leave it up.
No, but I think you're going to get there, Elliot. We have like plenty of time to like build comfort. We can do like I suggested that we do like sort of a mock presidential debate where we have like stand-ins where we sort of, like do our material.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get the whole thing worked out.
But to our audience members, if there's bits that you really enjoy and you want to see as part of the live show, let us know. We're putting together
Yeah.
our run of show
Yeah.
in the weeks to come. So if there's something you really want to see, you want to participate in, let us know and we can bake that in.
And
Yeah.
if there's ones that you especially hate, we'll be sure to include
Yeah, tell us
those
that too. Yeah, so we are going to put that episode out.
Yes, we are.
As an episode.
Yes.
But, be here in person and see how much I
Yeah, support the good work that other organizations are doing.
Yeah.
and
See
come
Elliot
have a good
sweat a little
time.
bit. Yeah.
see me sweat a lot.
We're gonna do our own new run of merch for it. So specialty merch. We already talked about Elliot. Elliot's glaring at me.
I'm not
No,
glaring.
it's just- no.
I just said, oh, are we?
Yeah, we talked
With
about
my
it.
eyes. With my eyes.
Yeah.
And
okay.
your mouth now.
Yeah. So that's that. That's the update on the pod business.
Yeah, that's some
pod business.
pod
housekeeping.
business. Housekeeping.
Oh boy, I can't wait until September 29th.
I know. Just think how
I can't
brightly
even-
our star is going to shine.
I can't even explain to you how much I want this
Elliot's
to be in my past.
Elliot's not sleeping from now until October, so
He's going to be playing his way through some Mario.
be kind to him. Yeah.
I won't be comfortable until October. That's what you've done to me.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find another reason to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well,
this is
surely.
just the tip of the iceberg.
Somebody asked me today, how often do I feel comfortable? It was like a totally separate conversation.
And you're
and
like
I said,
9. When I was 9 years old,
Yeah.
or one day,
Well, I
was
said
comfortable.
30% of the time.
Okay.
So
not
70% of the
bad.
time I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
Could be worse.
that's me.
It's better than I expected.
That's me.
Yeah, well, God.
It could be worse,
I
like
can't
most
handle
things. So, anyways, why are we here today? What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
what are we talking about?
Well, you brought up we're going to be on our 30th episode.
Yep.
So it's kind of like our 30th year-ish.
Yes. Yes.
So we are all soundly
We're
in the
30.
camp of
Yeah.
millennials.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So
I think we talked about this, but it was TLDR, so I didn't really read it. I just kind of skimmed it.
I didn't know what
Just read the
TLDR
headline.
meant until a couple weeks ago when I Googled it.
what does it mean now?
Too long, didn't read.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love it. I love it. It's a way to be like, I don't care what you have to say.
It's like I saw the headline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw an article.
thanks
I
for
read an
sharing.
article one time. Actually, I didn't. I just read the headline of an article, and this
Yeah.
is what I assume it meant.
It's like as much as you know about what Jonathan Taylor Thomas is up to these days.
Exactly. I TLDR'd it, although I didn't actually know any information about it.
Anyways, what are we talking about? Our problem is too long, keep talking. TLKT.
So the topic this week, Aaron, our friend Aaron,
Mr.
Hot Dog
Mr.
Gugis,
Gugis, yeah.
sent-
Repeat offender.
repeat offender, yeah.
Two-time host.
Is he our only
co-host?
two-time
He's
co-host?
our only
far.
two-timer, yeah.
Wow, what an honor!
I know.
Thanks
For us.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks, Gooch.
I can't call him Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never called him
that
Aaron.
didn't sound
Thanks,
right.
Googe. Thanks, the Googe.
Thanks, Gooch.
He sent in the topic,
He
and I
did.
think you have the email,
Yeah.
right?
So Gooch said, hey, why don't y'all talk about things that millennials have killed?
yeah.
So, like, there's
Murdered.
Elliot's favorite word, listicle. There's
I do love a listicle.
listicles going around on the internet.
Shout
about
out to all my
all of these things that
nuggets.
millennials have killed, like, I don't know, mailboxes. I don't know if that's on the list. I just made that up.
Yeah,
Like
so-
home phones.
That one makes sense. The mailboxes.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I don't
Well,
know.
we
I
can't
couldn't
just
think of anything.
put everything out on the
chicken nuggets. Like these are illustrative examples. So
millennials might be trying to kill the nuggets. Elliot will bring it back.
yeah, bring it. He's
I'll
bringing
keep that
nuggets
ship
back.
afloat.
Yeah. So, anyways, I read some of these lists. They are foolish.
Well, it's generally older people making these lists.
Yeah, for sure. These listicles.
The listicles.
Yeah.
Wait, who are the older people who work at BuzzFeed who are making these lists?
Well, I think the BuzzFeed listicle authors are taking the
Aggregating.
general aggravation of the older generation and compiling it so that we know what we're
Into a
up against.
listicle.
yes.
Yeah.
So, should we define what a millennial is?
Yes, because there's a lot of confusion out there.
Do
for
you know
people.
it? I don't know.
People
Elliot's
born-
Googling it.
The 20 years before, so 1990.
Oh, 80 to 2000? It's like before the millennium?
So if somebody was born 95 or earlier, so that's 20 years before that, 75 to 95.
Okay. That's Chad's definition.
So
Is it
the
right?
first result on Google, it's from mentalfloss.com.
Oh.
It says new guidelines redefine birth years. Okay. Generation X, which I think is our main opponent.
Right before us.
It's
yeah.
the one right before us who I
Opponent.
think the main opponent who's saying all this nonsense
Generation
about us
wars,
millennials.
yeah.
They're born 1965 to 1980.
Oh, okay.
so the
Millennials are in
80 to
81
Okay.
through 96, which
Oh.
today would be age 22 through 37, or I guess whenever this was written, because that actually doesn't check out.
Yeah.
And then post millennials,
Older
which would
than
be Gen
27.
Y,
Z.
Gen Z.
So
what's Gen Y?
millennials and Gen Y are the same. So it goes
okay, that
Gen
makes-
X,
that
Gen
makes
Y,
sense.
Gen Z.
I feel
but then,
stupid
like,
now.
The other
Gen
names
Zs are
tossed
like
on.
teens.
Yep.
They are born 1997 through the present.
Okay.
The Gen,
So 22. 0 through 22.
yeah,
7 through 22. Seems like it's 15 years.
sure.
Okay.
So if
anyways,
you've
it's
been- if you were
1980 to
born-
95.
Yeah, through
Yeah,
80,
we're all-
80
we're all
slash 81.
squarely right in there.
You have ruined a bunch of things for the
Yeah.
United States, for the
Mhm.
world, for our
Changed
future
commerce.
generations.
Yeah.
What are a couple of those things? What are the things that Googe sent in?
Oh, you know what that means. I gotta find the text. Stuff takes me forever, Elliot. Wish you gave me a heads up.
What?
right,
I
hold
thought
on,
the
I
whole
found
episode
it.
was a heads up. I have a list.
I have what Googe said. House phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I don't think that's millennials. I think technology has
Yeah,
killed
but
that. Even
whenever-
grandpa and grandma
yeah.
don't need a house phone anymore.
Comcast always trying to pitch you on that triple play,
yeah,
though.
the triple play.
No one wants the triple play.
There's
And
a
it's
lot of
not
people
cheap.
People barely want the double play.
I know. And here's the thing, Comcast. No, it's not cheaper.
There's a lot of people who get the triple play and don't even plug
Put
in
the phone,
the phone.
on, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just a cheaper rate.
Did your grandparents or like older aunts and uncles have the rotary phones? Did you have experience with
I
rotary
crossed
phones?
over a little bit
Yeah.
with those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. My aunt had one and I loved it. It was like
It's a lot of work, though.
it was a lot. It took forever to
Remember when you used to have like all your friends' phone numbers memorized?
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
And your grandparents' house. I wonder if I still.
I don't have any phone numbers.
I remember my
memorized.
none.
old
My own.
landline phone number. Doesn't count.
I have a couple.
Should I
have
just
a
say
couple.
my like growing up home landline? Phone
Yeah,
number?
let's call it.
617-672-5113.
You were
wait.
617.
You were not
the
a
Boston
617.
area
No,
code
that's
in
already
Wisconsin.
715-672-5113
Is
was
it
my-
still operational?
I don't know. Somebody
I
out
have
there
an
probably
idea.
has
I
it.
could give mine, but it's still
I'm not calling it
Call
right
that
now.
number right now,
Nope.
Chad, and just say you can say, "Oh, sorry, it's the wrong number." I just want to hear if somebody's on the line.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was yours?
Mine was 814
Okay.
944 6497.
Cool.
Yeah.
6497. That's got a nice roll off
Yeah.
the tongue.
It's a great like end to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like nice to type too because it's
Mhm.
like burp, 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 burp. Use
Mm-hmm.
thumb.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Mine is still my parents, so I think if I gave
Oh,
it out,
really?
Yeah,
it
that's-
would
Oh,
be their
yeah,
phone
don't-
number.
don't
I
do
guess.
that.
We're fine giving out complete
Yeah.
strangers' phone numbers
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah.
But I guess
Yeah.
you can just dial any 10 digits. You're probably going to call somebody, right?
Today I know my wife's number. I think I know my mom's cell phone number, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I think I know my dad's number because it's like one digit off
Yeah.
of my mom's.
I know my boss's phone number.
Yeah.
I barely
Really?
know my wife's. Like, I
Because why would you
80%
have to? Like, it's in your
Yeah.
phone. Yeah. What if you're like stranded?
Yeah,
like,
what if
on
your
a
phone's
desert
dead?
island?
I've got it like written on the back of like a old post-it from when we first started dating.
That would
all
have
stuffed
to.
in
that
my
would-
wallet.
Oh, it's
my
in your
in
wallet.
case
I was
of
like, when would you
emergency.
have the Post-it? You carry it with you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Carla made me memorize hers because she knew mine, and it was always like a point of pride she had that she knew mine and I didn't know hers.
Oh.
So I
So she didn't make
I
you
spent 20
just-
minutes and
I was
memorized
gonna
it.
say, it should take 3.5 minutes.
Did you like sing a little song or something?
No, I just learned it.
Back in
but
the
yeah.
day, the way I would tell people like my phone number was like to the song of like, Jenny, I got your number, but I like replaced the number with mine. And that was how I gave out my cell phone number.
Wow.
Very cute. Did that work for you?
It did.
Nice.
But it was just like friends. It wasn't like,
Oh.
like giving out my number. Like,
It wasn't like a
It wasn't like,
like a
here's
sexy
my
thing.
digits.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a sexy thing. It wasn't like at bars.
Do you
or
remember
anything.
when you like in grade school when you would have to call a person you had a crush on, and how awkward that was to like you'd call the house and like
Yes,
the parent would
for
pick
the-
up,
Hi, is
like,
Elliot there?
Hey, is blank blank there?
Hey, Elliot, do you want to play?
Hey. What you doing? I'm
Hey, Mom, hang up.
Mom, come on.
You guys, get off the internet.
Hey, Mom, not so close. You're breathing in my ear.
Oh, fun
All right.
times. Things I don't miss.
Yeah.
You know?
So safe
a
to
lot of
say
these
that those are
things
dead.
that I think we killed are things that should have been killed or were going to get killed anyway, which I think is what you were saying.
Yeah, it's more of like a technology thing. Than
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
It's not our
generation
people.
thing.
I don't think I know. I don't know that I know anybody with a home phone number anymore, like a landline.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, my
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, mine don't.
Really?
Yeah, they got rid of it. They just each have their phone now, which is like, it's never going back.
No.
You know?
Hipsters
Despite
might bring it
Comcast's
back.
best efforts.
There is something nostalgic about that, like curly phone cord. You know,
Ugh.
even our office just got rid of our actual physical
Yeah,
phones.
that's true.
So now that's
Yeah.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was like,
I know. I kind of felt like an old lady for like I was like a little bit resisting, and then I'm like, well, why? Would,
Yeah.
I got over it quick. Okay, so those are dead. Writing in cursive is
Oh.
another one.
I have thoughts on this. I write exclusively in cursive.
Well, because you,
Really?
like me, went to like Catholic
A
grade
private
school,
school,
growing
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, where that was like you spent a lot
do
of
kids
time.
no longer learn cursive?
No,
is
I
that
think
the?
I think they
think
swapped it
so.
out with typing.
Well, that makes sense. It
In the
does.
early age.
But like,
Yeah.
so do kids still learn how to write? Like, is it just printing though? That's probably a dumb question.
I
Of course,
don't
they have to
know.
learn how to write.
Somebody
Yeah.
with kids in elementary school.
Do
let
they
us
know how to? Do they know how to write? Yeah, yes.
I wonder.
They
When do
probably
you
still,
learn that? That's like a first grade thing.
Yeah,
First, second grade
and
thing.
they have to
where you
learn how to
third grade
sign
is
their
when you-
name
penmanship.
too. But you still sign your name in cursive, right?
No, I don't know. Not if they know.
There
don't
still has
know
to be a
cursive.
signature. You can't have a printed signature. That's crazy.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I mean,
that's
you can.
true. But now you just would have like an electronic signature where you just click a button.
What about when you write a check?
Who's writing checks?
I write one check per month. So 12 checks per year I write.
You don't need to do that though.
I don't
You
write
could
any
just like
physical
set up your
checks.
bank to send that for you.
Let's not get into that right now. But I write when I
By the way, do you want to share your checking account number the same
It's
way
the
that you
routing
share
number is
your
0,
phone
2,
number?
7,
6,
4,
yeah.
5. No,
What kind of
I,
balance are you carrying in there?
you'd be surprised. But I write exclusively in cursive because I think it has an air of elegance and a little bit of
Sophistication,
formality.
yeah.
'Cause, like,
Arrogance.
a little bit. When I'm writing a note in a thank you card or a birthday card, nobody cares what I have to say.
Yeah.
Nobody's reading them. So I figure if I can at least make it look cool, I've achieved
and
something
harder
more.
to read. They're probably like, oh, this was probably a nice note.
Yeah, because my message is never worthwhile
Yeah.
anyway.
Happy birthday.
So I may as well make it
Make it a
illegible.
good one.
Yeah.
Love Elliot. Yeah.
I have a bastardized like mix of print and cursive.
See,
That makes
that's-
it- so when I
that's
write
tough.
the word of, that's a cursive word. When I write at, maybe that's about it. But
Yeah.
like then it's not consistent.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I'm definitely a cursive writer, but when it's something important that has to be legible, I print. But I print in only caps
What
Me
font?
too.
Whoa.
because I can't print lowercase.
Really?
I do all caps too, and they said that means you have like an inflated sense of self or something
That
like
makes
that.
sense.
You know what we should
For
do?
both
We
of
should, yeah, totally.
Hey, do you want to do another episode of just you and me?
when I'm writing, I know I do capitalize words I think are important, but not like proper grammatical like capitalization.
Yeah.
Know what we should do? We should do one of those like get like a handwriting expert in to like analyze our handwriting and like how it like relates to our personality.
I'd be super curious about that.
I would too. Does anyone know anyone out there? And I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, listener verse who does that?
And
Do
if
kind of
you-
people
thing?
really do that, or is that just like TV like cop
It's
magic?
like an FBI thing, right?
Is it like a real FBI thing, or is it like a CSI fake
You
TV?
can pay
cop
for
thing?
anything on the internet, I'm sure.
So those people out there in Podland, even if you don't know somebody,
Hey, Amanda.
lie to us
Yeah.
and just pretend you are.
yeah, and we'll do like a fake thing.
Yeah.
but we'll think it's real.
Yeah, I'll trust whatever you say. I
Yeah.
promise.
Oh, we should send in like blind samples from all of us to this person.
Oh yeah,
and
they
then
have
they
to
give
pick
us like
who it is.
Yeah.
I like
Carla says that
that
my signature looks like a Richter scale, like just a jittery kind
Yeah.
of. But I think I have a great signature. I'm personally really proud of my signature.
Good for you, Elliot. Proud of you, man.
But yeah, I do believe that cursive is dying
Yeah.
for sure. Although I'm sad about that
I
one.
think it's
Yeah,
going
I
to be
like
like one of those things that
cursive.
like certain private schools are going to keep it
Dude.
a lot, like teach kids to do it.
That was
and
we
all
spent
that sort of
so
stuff.
much time on penmanship.
Yeah.
You got a grade on your report card on just your penmanship.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I must not have done well
Yeah.
there.
Like, what?
All right. What else are we taking out to the farm?
So
Or-
I have one on my list,
Yeah,
and
go
it's
for
probably
it.
also on Googe's,
My
maybe.
listicle. Well, I've moved on to Mashable.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that I think is super obvious is, and maybe it's like more of an urban thing, like a city thing,
Yeah.
but chain restaurants.
Yeah.
Like Applebee's, Fridays, Chili's,
You just don't
Bennigan's.
see a lot of them.
Especially not around here.
No.
I think
They're
I think
more
Boston
rare.
is part of like the culture in
The
this
vacuum,
city.
the black hole.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, they're still existing, but like I think it's, I should have looked up some stats, but I think
Yeah.
it's pretty well known that like they're not doing as well as they were 10 years ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it's also true that the majority of Americans now live in cities. I think it's like 52% of Americans live in an urban area.
Really?
I think so. Can I get a fact check on that?
Hey, Sarah, you out there? Hook us up, sis.
I do want to not lie. Wow. This can't be true.
Maybe.
Wow. Okay, so this, when I type
What's the
in
source?
CSS University of Michigan. It's called the U.S. Cities Fact Sheet. This says, and I don't know if I believe this, approximately 82% of the U.S. population
No.
lives in urban areas.
Really?
Up from 64% in 1950.
But the way urban areas are defined is
Sure.
probably so much less than
It's probably like
the population
it's big.
threshold is
Yeah. But like that's surprising. It says by 2050, 90% of the U.S. population is projected to live in urban areas. So I guess it counts what they consider to be an urban area. But that's
a lot.
another the Washington Post. So whether you believe that or not, I don't know. Is that a good one?
What?
The Washington Post? I think
Yeah.
it's a good one. This also says 80%. So that's two different sources that say 80% or more.
Interesting.
I don't know how much that really applies to the chain restaurants dying, but
Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
yeah. But I love a couple chain restaurants.
What would
What
those
are your
be?
faves?
Five Guys.
So
He's
I
going to
think-
make the fast casual versus like sort of sit down chain.
I do
argument
think
here.
when we're talking about chain restaurants, I think we're thinking
We are.
the
royal we are.
I consider it to be more of a sit down, like a Chili's, and Applebee's, a Fridays. I don't think fast food chain restaurants will ever die, but I think I read that as a
changed
separate.
quite a bit.
Sure.
Because they used to be designed to like get you in,
Yeah.
not be very comfortable, and get out. And now
Yeah.
they got like free Wi-Fi and cafe
Yeah.
Oh, really?
style. Yeah. Have you been to a McDonald's recently?
Like a fancy McDonald's.
You really got to get in there.
Yeah.
It's-
I went to that. We went to that fancy
magical.
Taco Bell. Remember?
Ooh, yeah,
The
the cantina.
The cantina.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get a drink there.
Oh yeah. But like I think I'm gonna come out in support of TGI Fridays.
Really?
I'm a fan of the Fridays.
They got some good drink deals that have been taking place. Like each month they have like a signature like $2 drink or
Really?
something like that. Yeah.
Where's their Fridays? Should we do a show from a Fridays?
I'll go to
There's one out
Fridays.
by Encore.
Oh, yeah,
we could
okay.
go to
Yeah,
TGI Fridays
let's
or go to
go. I'm
Encore.
in.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, there's
That could be fun.
Fridays hasn't been doing well. I think they've been closing stores. The Fridays in my hometown just shut down within the past year, and the same in Carla's hometown. That Friday shut down, but like, I think Fridays is one of the good ones. Their Jack Daniel's burger.
I
Ooh,
don't know how that's.
it's working for me. And the endless apps. You ever been into a Fridays with an endless
Oh
app?
man.
They let you back in after you went the first time.
No wonder they're closing the doors. Too many people like Elliot coming in.
I don't know.
Oh,
So
that's it. We solved it.
what is your least favorite chain restaurant? Ruby Tuesday. That shut down.
Oh, that doesn't
Olive-
exist anymore.
I don't know. It shut down everywhere that I know there used to be them.
Yeah.
Those were bad.
Yeah, Olive Garden. That's a good choice as like a trash one.
You know, I don't know.
You like it?
I like Olive Garden.
It's been so long since I've
I mean, I couldn't
gone
tell you
to too
last time I
many.
was in one.
Yeah.
We're fortunate to live in an area where like there's an emphasis on local
Yeah.
kind of things like along these lines. So I don't know.
Yeah. Elliot, this one will strike a nerve with you. On my list, it has McDonald's, the Big Mac, and the McWrap all as individual entries.
Ooh.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Big Mac was like it's like McDonald's like flagship sandwich?
Maybe people don't like the third bun.
Too many carbs.
Do you think it's the extra layer of
I mean
carb?
that single weird middle piece of bread.
Is it there's like a structural integrity
It does-
reason for
keeps
its
the whole thing from
existence, or-
sliding, like
I mean, it photographs nicely.
Beef, cheese, beef.
It's
like,
a good
is slippery.
looking sandwich.
Yeah.
But like
Looks
it
great on
does
camera.
feel extraneous.
Yeah.
That little piece of bread.
Yeah.
But I know McDonald's has gotten into like the artisan sandwiches, like the grilled chicken with avocado.
Have you ever had one of those?
Hell no! If I'm going to McDonald's, I'm spending $4
Yeah,
tops. I'm not
that's
going to buy a
wild
$6
to me.
burger.
What's your go-to? Is it a double quarter pounder with cheese?
If I'm like, let's say money's
Yes,
no
of course.
object.
Oh,
It's a double quarter pounder with cheese. It's a fantastic
So
sandwich.
what
but
are
like,
you ordering?
you're going McChicken.
What
all
I'm
day,
ordering
every
is
day.
usually a McDouble and a McChicken.
Do you do the like workaround to get like a
And
McDouble with
another
an extra
McDouble.
piece of cheese or like all that kind of stuff?
No. But you know what I do sometimes? So in the morning,
Do you get a McDouble and a McChicken and make one sandwich out of that?
I have done that
Yeah,
before.
that's
It's
the
pretty
way to go.
special.
That's
It's
What do you
pretty
do with the
special.
extra bun? You just toss it.
Toss it. You don't need that bun.
Just eat it as a side, maybe.
What I do sometimes
your-
though,
your friend with the
and
Big
this
Mac.
is this is a current thing.
Yeah.
So a sausage biscuit is $1,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only a biscuit with a piece of sausage. So I'll take it home. I'll go home and I'll put a slice of American cheese on it from my own home
Elliot, this is too much work.
because it costs like 40 cents to add a piece of cheese on that thing.
Your time is worth more than that 40 cents, Elliot.
You're damn right it is.
Oh, man. Have a little pride.
Does it just mention McDonald's or fast food in general though?
This one, it said McDonald's specifically, and then the Big Mac and the McWrap.
I wonder if
separate line
McDonald's
items.
specifically is losing market share to other places, or if it's just fast food is dwindling in
I don't
general.
know.
And when
Like
you're
always.
Top of the pyramid there.
TLDR.
Yeah. What else do we got that we're killing off?
Handshakes, apparently.
Handshakes.
Yeah.
What?
People aren't shaking hands. It says, according to the Journal of Hand Therapy, which detected a little bias here.
We should come out with a periodical.
Millennials have significantly weaker handshakes than their
What?
counterparts in the 80s. How do you measure that? Like grip strength? Like what
That
was
makes
the
sense.
research
Have
study
you ever
that was
shaken
conducted?
the hand of an older man though?
Yeah, it
'Cause
hurts for like 3 days.
They're trying to prove something.
Yeah, they are.
You know.
Yeah.
I like that silence. That was a good silence. It's been a while since we've had a good like
Little
Elliot say
pregnant pause.
something and we just like
Sorry.
stare at him.
No,
No,
I
it's
got-
like
I
the
liked
fourth
it.
time it's happened this episode.
I was clicking on the link to the journal for hand therapy.
But I think a lot of that has changed too when we look at like the style of work that's prevalent. Like now technology has such a base, so
You got to
the
keep
number
those
of-
hands soft and limber.
Well, this happened one time. Like somebody was coming and trying to sell internet to me, like door to door, and then afterwards, like my
That
hand,
died
Stand
off.
those guys.
And
No,
the
it
door
has.
salesman.
No, it
I-
hasn't.
Really?
I shook their
Oh.
hand, and the guy said, "Oh, he's got real soft hands." I was like, "Get the fuck off my property."
He said that to you?
Yeah, because my
What
hands
an
were warm
asshole.
because I was like doing dishes when I came down. And I was like,
That's like something somebody would say to Elliot, not you,
Chad
Chad.
has recently soaped soft hands.
and like the thing is, like they're trying to sell me internet. I know my business. I know how much bandwidth I need up and down, and I know like
Take a hike, pal.
I know more than you when you're trying to sell me my internet package.
So you're telling
leave
me
me alone.
a stranger of a man
Yes.
came to your door, shook your hand, and said to your face, "Wow, you have soft hands."
No. When he shook my hand, it was like, "Oh, your hand's warm." I was like, "Well, I was just doing dishes." And then his like counterpart came up and was like, "He's got soft hands, doesn't he?" After he shook my hand, and I was like,
That one stings.
"That
Oh,
that moved
man.
from like an interesting comment to now a dig." So get off. This.
That's tough to hear.
I was not happy.
That's tough to hear.
Yeah, that
I
is
do
hard.
like a good handshake.
Yeah.
though.
Hey, our hypothesis about grip strength
Ooh.
was correct.
Yeah.
Did I kind of read you a little bit?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Turns out millennials have way worse grip than the generation before them. The study asked 236 American participants aged 20 to 34 to squeeze a hand dynometer, a joystick-style
Sounds fake.
device that measures the user's grip in pounds. Researchers found that women aged 20 to 24 had a significantly weaker hand grips than their counterparts back in 1985, and the same was true of men under the age of 30.
Wow.
Men these days have a grip of 19 to 26 pounds weaker than those in 1985, while women have lost roughly 10 pounds of force.
Wow.
Does that correlate to handshakes, though? Like,
I think maybe
the
people.
handshake is how you're sort of developing that grip strength?
I do feel uncomfortable sometimes shaking a hand because like I never know what kind of energy the other person is going to come at me with.
Yeah.
Male or female, doesn't matter. It's like I always wonder what's this going to be like. So I generally go in with an open hand and I wait until I feel
Try to
the
like,
other
match.
person's pressure and then I match
Yeah.
that pressure.
Oh, the worst thing is where like somebody grabs the grip too soon, so you're like pinching on
Just holding your
fingers.
fingers.
You're like, "Oh, this is bad for both of us. I'm sorry."
No, the worst thing is when somebody comes in with a middle finger wiggle thing in your
Oh.
hand, the palm.
That's uncomfortable.
Ugh, Frankie does
I
that.
was just gonna say,
I hate that.
Whenever you have just a
me
mistake
the
handshake,
heebie-jeebies.
and there's
Oh,
way more
you obsess
options for
about it for,
handshakes
like,
now too.
hours afterwards.
Because sometimes you do the straight handshake, right? But then other times you do that like thumb to palm thing.
"What the hell are you talking about?"
Shake my hand and show me. Oh, like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like we're bros,
where your
you
thumbs
and I.
touch
Yeah.
first, and then you go in for like the pat on the back, which is part of the handshake.
And if you've been watching like a lot of Game of Thrones, you may do like a whole forearm, like
Ooh, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No, I've never done
one of
that.
those.
But
No?
sometimes people then they don't like to shake and they just do a pound.
Yeah.
You never know what's coming at you.
That's
so it's like you
true.
have a split second to react to this. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Or you got you're carrying something bulky
Hell,
in
get
your
rid
right
of them.
hand.
Now I get it. We
Going
don't need
on.
all this stress in our lives.
or we can just all just agree to just do a standard basic handshake.
The world's hard enough. High five. What about a high five? Just do a
No,
high
you
five.
can't do a high
Too
five.
informal. Too cash.
It's too.
What about
I
like a
like
head
a
nod?
high
I don't know.
five. I think it's sweet.
I mean, if you've just achieved something great, yeah, high five.
With a little kick of the leg at
Yeah,
the
you
end.
gotta, you gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta kick one
Little
up.
flare.
But like when you're first meeting somebody, you can't handshake or you can't high five.
Why not?
Try it next time.
I'm gonna do
meet somebody
it.
the first time.
All
Just
right.
go up. Just put your hand up.
I-
Wait for a high five.
I promise you I will do it to the next person I meet for the first time.
Do it when I can see it because I want to see what happens.
Okay.
I want to document it.
Hey, let's shake on it. No, let's high five on it.
We just high fived on
We
it.
had
Did we
Yeah.
get her chomp in the beginning? I think we messed up this whole episode by not doing that.
We
Oh,
did.
give
I
me a
think
get
we
her
gotta
chomp now.
start
High
over.
five yourself. Thank you.
Hand hug. What else?
Oh, one that I know that Kitty and I do is paper napkins. Millennials kill them.
Yeah?
Just give us the choose our size paper towels. We're good to go with that.
So like you're saying you don't buy napkins. You just buy paper
you don't
towels.
need the big
Yeah.
pack of all that.
You're
Like,
right. I don't think we
guess.
buy napkins either.
But napkins would be so much cheaper than buying paper towels.
Would they?
Yeah.
I just feel like our paper towels they're no longer full sheet. They're like half sheet.
Yeah.
So you
Or
only
like-
take
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. we do not buy napkins, but we tend to have a lot of just napkins around for when we get food.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
you
You're
from
a,
the
you're a
restaurant.
napkin saver.
Oh yeah. No, of course. I'm not a maniac to the planet.
Oh, I'm
if
a
I
ma-
get a
Well,
handful
I
of
don't. I
napkins,
take what I need.
it's going right in the glove box in the car.
Oh yeah, exactly.
for sure.
So you can blow your nose,
Yeah.
Blow your nose or
eat a Big Mac.
eat a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sometimes you
you,
got
whatever
little
you need to
snacks,
do.
and you gotta like put the snacks in your lap. You know, you want a good solid base. You don't want to have like crumbs on your lap.
You would eat a snack in the car on a napkin
you
on
know
your
what
lap.
my number one go-to snack in the car
God.
is?
You know he's putting unsalted
mixed nuts.
You put unsalted mixed nuts on a napkin on
in
your
my
lap
while you're
in
driving.
the car.
if need be.
Oh, Chad.
That's that's
can't
that's
even
too
watch-
unstable of a
the
snack to
mechanics
have
of
while you're
this one
driving.
just aren't working for me. I can't figure it out.
Because we buy our unsalted mixed nuts in like half-gallon containers. Because
Chad, I can't
it's
spend
the
any more
best
time talking about
snack.
unsalted
Hey, you know what
mixed
else
nuts
is on
with
this
you.
list? Flies in the face of I'll tell you what logic
Ooh.
in Allegiance. Breakfast cereal.
You know what?
I believe
It makes sense.
I eat dramatically less breakfast cereal than
I know I never eat it until we did that breakfast cereal
Yeah, then I
episode,
started
and then I
getting
started. I
hot.
bought it a couple
you
times.
definitely got into it for a bit. Yeah.
I bought
there's
some
some
Raisin
Crisp
Bran.
Bits.
I wonder if the
I brought
people who
some Life.
track this thing saw a little like spike in the purchasing of
Oh wow, we
breakfast.
sold 2 more boxes in the Boston area this past
I'd
month.
like to believe that
Yeah.
somebody could get it's deep enough in and see a reaction.
Yeah, we need an analyst for the podcast.
Something that kind of goes along with napkins that we are killing off, which I'm sorry to offend any environmentalists out here, but fucking straws.
You're sipping on a plastic one there.
We're getting rid of plastic straws, and like I get it. I support the reason for it, but a paper straw is just one of the worst things to
agreed.
happen
It has no business calling itself
in
a
our
straw.
generation. And obviously that's not true. There's been a lot of bad things that happen in our generation, but in a joking manner, I hate nothing more than a paper straw. It's good for
I'm
about
with you,
30
man.
seconds.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's awful.
I'm with you.
I did see that Starbucks is moving to the sippy cups entirely. Like all things are going to be the sippy adult
Yeah.
sippy cup thing.
Been waiting for it. Just do it. Pull
Yeah.
the trigger.
I
you know?
just feel like it works on a certain size cup. Unlike the
sippy?
Trenta, that's a little hard. You got to really tip that Trenta. It's too long.
the leverage.
The
for
leverage,
the,
the
liquid,
fulcrum, it
the-
doesn't
Yeah.
work.
The fluid
It
dynamics. are
doesn't
missed.
work. I'm
You
not
know,
an engineer.
I
I'm just
barely
a,
want a lid.
Hey,
a
who
woman with
is?
common sense, and I don't see it happening.
And both of those lids are a bunch of plastic. Like, if you could just...
Exactly.
If I'm not going anywhere, I don't even take a lid.
Single-use plastic.
Well, it's not
Why
about-
is the cup not single-use plastic?
It's
You mean
not-
to tell me you're taking that cup and filling it back up again?
The problem is not the use of plastic. I thought the problem was more the shape of the straw.
I thought it was
Hurting
the whole
animals.
single-use thing.
I think I don't know. I thought it was
As
somehow the
always,
shape
we're
of the
not
straw.
really sure what the
We
hell we're talking
TLDR'd
about,
it.
but
We definitely
think-
TLDR'd
We're
it.
definitely millennials. We don't read things. We don't know.
But
we see something is like socially conscious, and then we all hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
yeah,
Caitlin, you mentioned the common sense of the scenario.
yeah.
And I just don't see how common sense dictates that a paper straw makes any goddamn sense.
I agree with you, Elliot.
It's ridiculous. I'm going to stake right now my disgust for that idea.
Yeah. Kill it.
Although I support the environmental reasons and
Yeah.
impact of.
All right, hey, here's another
Elliot
one.
Haney hates
Turtles.
sea turtles.
Nah.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, I've never met one.
I've
so
never
I
been
wouldn't-
around
yeah,
a sea turtle,
yeah.
but I
Haven't
like
you gone to
turtles
the
in general.
aquarium?
I'm not a big aquarium guy.
Ah.
You know what I think is millennials are killing? Aquariums and zoos.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Who's going to an aquarium
Yeah.
and a zoo nowadays?
Well, if
I'm
you get
not.
like one of
Too
those
many
free passes from
documentaries.
the library.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's what
Blue
it is.
Planet.
Libraries. How are we doing with those?
I've recently.
I just got a new library card
Did you?
a couple weeks ago.
I recently picked up my use of the library. The past
Yeah.
year, I've been reading way more books on average per year than I have in previous years.
yeah.
Mhm.
I've read like 9 books so far this year, all from the library. I haven't
Wow.
I haven't bought one book.
All right,
That's the
Elliot.
way to do it.
Budget
Bring the
life.
libraries back.
But I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. Apparently, millennials are also killing lunch.
What does
What?
that mean?
That's nonsense.
Because I saw on a list that we're killing breakfast.
What are,
So what are we
when
doing?
and where are we eating?
Are we just killing food?
Millennials have murdered the midday meal as lunchtime
not
restaurants
true.
dining declined by 2% in 2016.
That doesn't sound like killing to me.
Me neither. We're just eating lunch
People are
somewhere
bringing
else.
our own lunch. That's probably what it is.
Many millennials have
Because
replaced
we're-
dining
we're-
out for lunch with snacking.
Because we're like paying student loans at such a high rate that we're not buying lunch. We're bringing in our own
Yeah.
leftovers.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in a big lunch family.
Ooh.
Like we didn't really eat lunch in my family.
Growing
Did you
up,
at school?
Yeah,
Just
but like
not
on the
during the summer?
weekends or something. Or
so
summer,
actually,
yeah.
your
That makes
parents
sense.
cooked lunch
Yeah, I guess.
for the future generations.
Yeah, that's true.
When I was growing up, we would always have Sunday dinner at my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
But it was called
Lunch.
dinner, but it was at noon.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Only on Sundays, though. If we went out to my grandma's on a
So
Saturday, it was
be
lunch. Ridiculous. And I always
That's
asked,
funny.
what is this? And it never sat well with me.
So part of
Chad.
that's from like the rural areas, especially from
Sure.
farmers, because dinner is defined as the largest meal of the day. And so when farmers would be working from essentially sun up, sun down, which during the summer can be a long period of time. They'd go out, essentially work the first shift, come in, eat a big meal that would fuel them through. So supper would be a smaller meal, but lunch would be dinner because it was the largest meal of the day.
Interesting.
So it's not a time dependent thing; it's a size of meal dependent thing, which makes sense because when we would do Sunday dinners at lunch,
It was a big.
they were big meals, and we would eat a little bit of leftovers from that meal for
like a
dinner
supper
or supper.
So if you want like
Wow.
just the meals are breakfast, lunch, and supper. Dinner is the biggest of those.
Sure.
So you could have, at least from my understanding as a kid when I had the same confusion
Yeah.
and got clarification, breakfast could be your dinner if you had a giant breakfast.
That's a bridge too far for me.
What?
I don't know if I can.
That's wild.
I can't get on board with that one.
I didn't know that brunch was the combination of breakfast and lunch until I was in college.
That's
Like it never
wild.
clicked in my head that was those two words together.
You know, we might be killing breakfast and lunch, but we're giving life
To
to
brunch.
brunch. And can I say, I think brunch is overrated.
I do too.
I think
I like a bottomless brunch.
Can't we just call it a late breakfast? Like the idea of it being brunch,
Yeah.
because generally when you go to
It's
brunch,
like
you're still
$20
getting
for
breakfast
eggs.
stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like the markup. It's just the branding.
If brunch were actually a mix, like if it was actually like a hamburger on a plate with a side of eggs, call it brunch.
Do you guys usually, if you go to brunch, do you get breakfast foods or lunch foods?
I get breakfast generally.
It's a crapshoot for me.
Yeah.
It's how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy being able to see both menus and know
Right.
the entire world is my
Yeah.
option.
I usually lean a little bit more lunch. I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like when we go to Friendly Toast, I don't know if I've ever gotten.
Like I'll
Anything
tell you
but a
what,
breakfast
I
meal.
cannot eat a pancake. If I eat a pancake, I'm done for the rest of the weekend.
I can eat a
They
pancake.
make me feel terrible.
I can eat pancake no
I
matter what
can't.
time of day.
Ugh.
And if I'm being honest, I don't think
All
I've had a
that
pancake
sugar.
in over a year.
Ooh.
If I'm thinking back through my
Yeah.
recent history,
Yeah,
I
couldn't
can't tell you last
last
time I've had a pancake.
Oh, jinx.
Oh,
Jinx.
I had a pancake this weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
What kind? Do you put
Um,
anything special in your cakes?
Just syrup and butter, but I had $50 pancakes.
Oh yeah,
Or
the little ones.
yeah.
Silver dollar.
Silver dollar, yeah. So got 3 of those. Had a side of corned beef hash.
Oh my! Can I
Fantastic.
tell you how much I love corned beef hash?
Oh man, this was a real deal too. Like
Where'd you have it?
this new diner near our house.
What's it called?
Charlie's Cafe.
Can we go?
We can. We
I
definitely
would
can
love to go.
Mhm.
I love corned beef hash. It's my favorite breakfast
And like
thing.
you could see like the piece of corned beef was like put on top of like the home fries and like was
Oh, so
you
it
could
wasn't
still
just
see
like
the
a pre-mix.
No, it was like stringy. You could see it. It was delicious.
I'm into that. I support everything you just said, Chad.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of things that come in cans, we're also killing canned tuna. I told Elliot a story last night about how I made myself a tuna sandwich at 11 p.m.
Ooh,
couldn't sleep.
11
I'll tell you off the
She couldn't
pod.
Yeah, I don't have many thoughts about. I mean, we buy canned tuna. We
Yeah.
make tuna salad, like tuna salad sandwiches. Is it called a tuna salad sandwich? Or
I
just
call it a tuna sandwich.
But you wouldn't call it a chicken sandwich if you made a chicken salad
Yeah,
sandwich.
you're right. That's a good distinction.
I guess you're right, though.
why.
We call it a tuna sandwich and a chicken salad sandwich, even though it's the same thing.
Tuna salad. Well, do you eat tuna on a sandwich other ways? Like there's not like it's
No.
not like salmon where you can get like pickled sort of stuff or dried.
Yeah.
Smoked.
Smoked tuna? Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Dried.
Pickled herring.
Yeah.
Smoked
We're really
salmon.
going deep on some of
There's
these
a lot
topics.
of different ways to describe things that are all the same. Is what
Oh, man.
Yeah.
we're getting at. Yeah.
Should millennials kill that idea? Of
I'm team tuna though. I'll tell you. I'm still
yeah,
cool with tuna.
I'll support the canned tuna.
Yeah.
I'll support the canned
Yeah.
chicken. It's all kind of gross though. Like
It's totally disgusting. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you see that story of that? I've talked to like pretty much anyone who will listen lately about this. Of that like young girl. She was like 14 or something. Again TLDR. But she caught a 700-pound tuna.
What?
Like while she was like fishing. I think they were like on a deep sea fishing thing. $7,000
Jesus. Wow.
she made off that tuna
Did she catch it herself? Like
with her dad. 10 hours. Took 10 hours to reel it in.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Did they just like wear it down until it gave
I
up?
guess. I don't
Oh
know.
my God. 10 hours.
Maybe we should start fishing.
That's like
Oh, I recently got
We
into
could buy a
fishing,
lot of
but-
merch.
You recently got into fishing?
Yeah.
That's a story.
Probably something millennials have also killed.
Yeah. Growing up, I'd go fishing all the time. And then, like, as I got into college, I just got away from it. I was like, I don't see the appeal. And then on a family vacation this summer, like, there's some fishing poles. So I just, like,
Yeah.
threw it out. Drinking
And
a
you're
beer
like,
and
"I
just
like
watching about it,
this."
I was like, oh my gosh, I see the appeal now.
You're
I'm
like,
sorry,
"I'm
Dad,
into
for,
it."
like, not, like, agreeing with you so much. So, yeah, I picked up a fishing pole. Went fishing, like, a little bit later, like a month ago. Turtle
Wow.
kept stealing my bait.
Stick a straw in it.
Mm-hmm.
Stick a straw in that yap.
I've only been fishing one time in my life, and the first time I threw, what do you cast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is cast?
Cast a line.
Okay, first time I cast a line, a seagull swallowed it.
You got a bird.
And I was like an 8-year-old or 7-year-old, and I was holding this thing, and a bird was trying to fly away, and I was like, "What do I do?" And it was utterly traumatic because, like,
man.
The bird one.
my dad just had to cut the line, and then the bird flew away with a hook in its mouth. Like, guaranteed, it died.
Yeah, you killed that bird.
And so I've never fished
but
again.
you were gonna kill the fish too.
I probably not. I don't think so. I think
You
we
catch and release?
caught it and release, which is rude, I think, to fish.
Probably.
But yeah, so that was a traumatic experience. So I've never gone fishing
Yeah.
since.
Ooh.
One and done. Never caught a fish. Never even
Well,
had the chance.
Do you want to go
catch a
deep
fish.
sea fishing?
Ooh, that could be
I would.
fun. I've
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
done
Can we
let's do
catch
it.
tunas and sell it?
Yeah.
We need to to
I
finance
would
this
love
operation.
to go deep sea fishing. We should look into it. This one also says that millennials are killing beer, but I just have a hard
Nah,
time believing
I heard that too.
Maybe macro like beers.
Well, think about it. Liquor, cider, and like hard seltzer are things that didn't exist. Well, liquor existed.
Yeah.
But,
cider
like,
existed.
sure, but
That's why
not in the
Prohibition
same.
happened.
Like in college, I don't remember people drinking cider. There was a woodchuck, and that was it.
Yeah,
but now
it was
it's
more
like
expensive.
yeah.
Woodchuck with some Fireball in there. Yeah.
God. But like, I think there's other options outside of beer that are more prevalent than they used to be. So maybe the overall beer consumption has gone down.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
fair.
I've also seen that alcohol consumption is down.
Yeah, I read that
as
too.
well, yeah.
And DUIs are dramatically down
That's
Really?
great.
because
Uber and
because alcohol
stuff.
consumption is down overall, but also Uber and Lyft
Yeah.
and ride sharing and maybe just people being smarter about things.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. This one's a weird one. Large turkeys. Many people prepare a large turkey for Thanksgiving dinner, but not millennials.
Yeah,
Two
well,
smaller
According to
turkeys.
Bloomberg, this generation prefers a smaller bird.
I agree.
Wow.
Ah, come on.
Who
What
wants
the
to-
fuck?
who
Why
wants
did
to
you
cook
bother
it?
put that on the list?
Who wants to cook it for 8 hours?
Yeah.
It's harder to keep it moist, and turkeys are a dry meat anyway.
That
Oh,
one's
man.
funny.
Something I have on the list.
Yeah.
They're not killing it, but marriage is lower on the list. Like people are getting married later
Later.
and less
Yeah.
often.
Because they're also getting divorced less.
Well, yeah. The other thing that millennials are killing are divorce.
Oh, really? I hadn't
Because
seen that.
probably people are waiting to get married a little bit.
Yeah.
And waiting until it's actually the right person, and they have a couple life experiences before getting married. Their marriages are stronger. I would like to
Oh,
believe.
yeah. Just divorced. I see it now.
Yeah. And to go along with that, the idea, and this might also be our region thing, but the idea, millennials are killing the idea of buying a home and having a kid by the time you're 22.
Oh, God, 22.
That is,
I couldn't even tie my shoes at 22.
I had a pair of
Velcro
shoes.
Did you really?
I loved them. They were fantastic.
Were they Heelys? Remember
Caitlin
the
is
Heelys?
wearing
No, they-
slip-on shoes
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
They're flats.
I'm wearing shoes that I could tie, but I wear them as slip-ons.
Oh,
So
dangerous.
they're the chucks
Man.
with the things.
I don't know what else is on this. Yogurt, especially light yogurt.
I-
You know what?
yeah,
I
I love-
like yogurt.
I have yogurt
And
almost
so
every
do
day of my
I
life.
know. I noticed that about you, Elliot.
I'm very dairy. I'm pro dairy.
Yeah, a lot of probiotics in your diet.
Phone books.
No.
When was the
Yeah,
last time you've seen a phone book?
Couldn't
That's because
tell
the
you.
internet killed that. That's not
True.
millennials.
Yeah. Well, everyone's blaming us anyway.
Bar soap.
Bar
I'm
soap.
going to say it. I like it. I like bar soap.
Yeah, we use bar soap.
I dramatically prefer bar soap.
Me too.
In the shower, washing my hands, I like a pump.
Yeah.
Oh
same.
yeah,
Totally
no bar soap
agree.
by a sink is maniac.
Yeah, that gives me.
You can't
like,
do that.
Little heebie-jeebies.
But in the shower,
yeah.
it's got to be bar.
Man.
I like a bar.
What's your brand? You got a brand?
Dove. I like Dove.
Dove. One quarter moisturizer. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back and forth. Sometimes it's Irish Springs. That's what we have
Yeah.
right now.
Oh.
And then there's like the Dove Men Care. You know, it's great. It's made for men. It smells like eucalyptus.
Well, you got to counteract your soft hands somehow.
How do you think they got that way?
Yeah, that's typically what we go back and forth. And then around the holidays, like Santa will leave us something in our stocking, so we try to cycle through that.
You got a bar of soap from Santa?
Yeah, we get like a year's supply of like small personalized toiletries from Santa every year.
What if the internet provider came to your house and shook your hand and was like, "Wow, very soft skin, but he smells like a man."
I don't know what to think.
I'm just gonna turn around and run.
Does not compute.
Our brand is always Irish Spring.
Oh, really?
We're definitely an Irish Spring household.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like original or like the
we very.
There's some that has like some grit in there.
You're telling me Yankee Candle doesn't make a soap?
Is that a soap?
Well, I just figured with the shower candle, you'd probably want to maintain some sort of brand allegiance.
We don't use Yankee candles. It's
Wait,
like,
if
it's
you
like
put a wick
$30
in
for a
soap,
candle.
would it burn?
I don't know.
Oh, that sounds like a
Probably, maybe.
Right in if you have an opinion.
Well, it
on
would
it.
just melt, right? The wick is the thing that burns.
Well, but the wax is the fuel.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, like
I
kinda pulls it
never
up.
knew how a
I've
candle
never
worked.
thought about the mechanics of a candle.
Oh, wow. Candles?
Is that a topic for next week?
No, I meant like, is that a thing millennials are killing?
I like a candle.
Because, electricity happened.
Yeah. Print media
Oh.
is a thing that is
Yeah.
dying. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's our fault.
I don't think it died quite as much as people thought it was going to by this point.
When was the last time you bought a newspaper or a magazine?
We have
Never.
We've had a subscription to Real Simple that we've been getting for a bit, and then also I had a subscription to Cook's Country.
Okay. Well,
That we bought when my niece was
Chad's
doing a
keeping
fundraiser.
those publications alive.
Every once in a while, like I have a digital subscription to Wired magazine, but then like when I go to an airport, that's my go-to. What am I going to read on a flight if I?
It is ironic that Wired magazine does print copy, right?
Yeah.
But their digital magazines are incredible. They're like super animated and stuff. When I was younger, I used to have subscriptions to a bunch of magazines.
Yeah,
but
National Geographic.
Yeah, but
Sports
now
Illustrated.
all my reading is on a Kindle.
Sports Illustrated Kids, remember that?
Oh yeah.
All my reading is on a Kindle. And
You get all your highlights magazines on your Kindle now?
well, no, that would happen on
Did
my
they
phone.
ever make?
Yeah.
was
How do you
it-
do the little
Did they
word
make
search
new
thing?
highlights magazines, or was it just like 1 year's worth that they just kept in
At the
all of the dentist
pediatrician's
offices?
offices? Yeah, I don't know. You know what
Did we
else?
say-
The podcasts? Have millennials killed podcasts?
No,
I know three who are about to.
Oh, God. Millennials have boosted podcasts to the moon. Podcasts are
To
more
as high
successful
as
now
they can
than
be.
anybody thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Some, not all.
Not this one.
Exactly. I don't know. What do you think? Did we kill this episode? You got anything left?
I don't know if this matters, but the working in an office all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
like remote work.
I mean, we've seen that happen around our office in the past 2
Tumbleweeds.
years.
our
I
office
would
used
say.
to be a bustling center of activity, and now some
Yeah.
days you can see literal what are those things
Yeah.
called?
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds
Yeah.
going through the halls.
But you know what? It gives us time to have lunch together, which is nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Remember that time we saw that tumbleweed get hit by a minivan?
Oh.
We were all
Where
like,
were we? We were out
"Holy
west, weren't
shit."
we? Like
Yeah.
southwest?
Yeah.
Or was it Joshua Tree?
Joshua Tree. Joshua
Yeah,
Tree.
we were watching it like bounce
the
across the
coolest
street.
thing I've ever seen
And we're
in my
like, I've
life.
never seen one. And then a van just destroyed it.
It's so cool.
It was
I
like
wish I got it on
I felt
video.
pretty bad for that tumbleweed.
Oh, that was the best thing.
What
Highlight
are-
of the year.
What are tumbleweeds?
All right, gentlemen. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I think we killed this
Yeah, I
episode.
think so.
Well, we killed everything else. We might as well kill
yeah,
this one.
Yeah, no kidding.
But at least we were talking to each other in person.
Yeah,
But I
that's
feel
true.
like that's something in millennial.
There
We
are a
killed
couple
it in a
handshakes.
good, positive way. Let's
Yeah.
do some high fives. Make them loud.
That was harder than
That
it
was
should have
bad.
been. So that was it. That's a wrap on the episode.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Stay tuned for details on the live show.
Yeah, look coming out.
Regrettably.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
will be details
and
coming
if you
out
have
about that.
thoughts or ideas for us, we'll hear them.
Yeah,
We're
you
all
know-
ears.
Regarding the live show, I wonder personally if I would prefer to pod to a literal empty room
Well, Elliot, either way, that's what's going to
or a
happen.
room filled with people I know.
Yeah,
And I don't know which is worse in my head.
Well-
Probably the empty room.
yeah.
I think I'd
Also,
rather
the
do
more
that.
likely scenario.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? It's going to be better on the thing, so don't even come.
Yeah.
Although support ALS and
Yeah,
the Angel
exactly.
Fund and
So
Lou Gehrig's
Elliot wants you
disease.
to buy a ticket but not show up.
That would be ideal. So I think that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, next week maybe we'll have a link to where you can do that, and don't come.
See you there.
don't
See y'all
show
there.
up.
Can't wait. September 28th, 1 to 4.
Oh, Chad, how do we wrap these
I'll
things
tell
up?
you what, you've been
Told.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
I'm still a fan of tuna.
That's what we're gonna end on.
Yeah, because I just want
I'm a
everyone to
fan
know.
of tuna. I love it.
Bye.
All right, bye.